Okay. This is Octopath Traveler. I'm Duckfist once again. I'll be doing Olberic's story. So this game has 8 different characters you can choose to begin the game with. It doesn't really impact a whole lot of the game other than like when you get the credits. And it also kind of forces you to use the character you choose until you finish that character's chapter 4. And it kind of unlocks your ability to switch between any character. Yeah, there's a category for each of the characters' single stories. Olberic's is like the longest. You fight the most bosses, it requires the most preparation, I think. It's pretty long, but it's really cool. So there's a lot of fun boss fights, and it strikes a nice balance between, like, you know, Tressa's story, which you just blow through the game, and like a Galdera RTA, which is like the actual true final boss, and that's like a 5-hour category or something. So, what? Okay. So yeah, we're gonna tackle Olberic's story. I'm pretty rusty at this. A lot of these strats are already out of date, but I did most of the routing, I guess, myself here. So because of that, it's not gonna be that great, but I think we can at least finish the game and you know, have fun with it and just, you know, enjoy the amazing visuals and sounds and really cool battle system. Yeah, are you guys ready to go? Okay, timer's up there. Estimate 1H. Okay, I see. Okay, I'll try to hit an hour 40, but yeah, we're just gonna have fun and see what happens. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. So, this game has cutscene skips. You just hold B. That's one of the primary texts in the game is hold B. You're going to be doing a lot of holding B. So, Olberic, I think his story, he's like a famous knight who's won a bunch of battles, but his kingdom and his king, they were betrayed by an ally of his, or at least so he thinks. An ally is named as Earhart. So he's kind of going on this journey to go find this guy. And, I don't know. Exact revenge. He's also not quite sure, so he struggles in some of his convictions as you go through the game, which is it's pretty interesting. I found actually Olberic's story to be the most interesting and the most like emotional like attachment. It was hit and miss on a lot of the stories. Has gotten a lot of criticism. So Olberic's like every character has like a special mechanic. Has a few different mechanics. Like every character influences the way that a battle. Influences something in a battle. Like Olberic has some kind of a built-in cover. And each character also has an out-of-battle mechanic. And Olberic's out-of-battle mechanic is the challenge. You can challenge pretty much any NPC in the game to a one-on-one fight. And every character has something like that. So you can kind of interact with every NPC in the game in several different ways, which is pretty cool. This game was developed by the Bravely Default team, so it has a sort of similar mechanics in battle. Let's see if I can do a combination of explaining these and actually following the notes of the game I'm not totally practiced up on. So just let me focus here a little bit. We're going to buy a few things to make these beginning fights a little easier. Alright, so Olberic does... Being the guy that can challenge opponents, of course, makes this the category where you do a lot of battles. That's one of the reasons why it's a little longer. Just gonna buy a couple of different weapons here to let us one-round some of these fights that we get into here. Okay, so something you'll notice is every enemy in the game has this like shield meter by it and some vulnerabilities. Regular level slash here. And you can reduce that shield meter by hitting the enemy with one of these vulnerabilities. And in doing that, we'll also reveal the vulnerabilities, as you can see here. So, sword is conveniently what most of these enemies are vulnerable to. And then once their shield meter reaches 0, they break, which removes their actions on the current turn and the next turn. And also puts them into a vulnerable state where all your attacks do, I think, twice damage? 2 times damage? If an enemy is not broken, and you hit them with a weakness, it'll do like 50% more damage, but if they're broken, everything does double damage, so the weakness doesn't really matter at that point. Am I doing everything right? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna try and fight one encounter here. We're sort of building up job points so we can get a particular ability before the next boss. The ability is called 1,000 Spears, which has Olberic do repeated spear attacks, which is really good for breaking opponents. And I was supposed to defend, but we're just gonna improvise a little bit. doesn't matter too much in these first fights. So typically, oh, and another mechanic is on every turn you gain a BP. It's the little dots in the top right, and you can use up to 3 BP in a turn to each BP essentially doubles the damage of anything that you use. If you use a regular attack, it actually gives you additional attacks, which is really good for breaking opponents, because if the break meter, the shield meter is all about number of hits. And this is kind of, okay, it's not too bad. I'm just going to level slash to break and then run. So the fleeing mechanics in this game are definitely level-based, based on the difference in level between you and the opponent. Since this is a speed run, we're at low level throughout most of the game, and the rest of, so once we get into the higher level areas, it can get kind of stressful. It's very hard to run. But if you have every enemy broken and you run, it's guaranteed. So for a lot of the fights that we want to run from, we're going to try and break the opponents and then flee, just to guarantee it. So just doing a regular attack on the front guy to get him down to 1 BP, and then a level slash to hit them all at once. And then by the third turn, we have 3 BP, which is the maximum you can use in one turn. We'll blow them all and do a level slash again for max damage. Alright, so Olberic's story has a few of these set encounters before you actually get to the boss fight. For comparison, a lot of the other characters, it's just, in their speedrun, it's just go straight to the boss and fight it. So it's kind of illustrates part of why this is a little bit longer of a category. But I wasn't really paying attention when I should have. If you get an extra soulstone drop from one of the early encounters, we want to, is that at 1? No, we want to defend. It's slightly more optimal to defend first, and then attack. If you defend, you're guaranteed to go first on the next turn, usually. We're gonna max spear. So my spear is a little stronger than my sword. And when they're broken, of course, the actual weapon you use doesn't matter. It's always super effective. Grab this fire soulstone here just to do additional damage against the boss coming up. I'm gonna wanna get in one additional encounter here. Hopefully that's enough to gain 30 JP.
I think not.
Whether running in this game causes counter rage.
No, it does not. As far as I know, maybe they finally determined that, but if that's the case, it is pretty much insignificant. I mean, it seems to be very close. I'll talk about the encounter mechanics in just a minute here. I think I need to do another battle. Yeah, okay, so if we had enough JP for the ability, it would have given us a tutorial prompt. So I think I wanted to get in a battle with another brigand instead of the Highland Ratkin at the end there, giving me a little less JP than I wanted. And it's actually not even critical to have 1,000 spears for this boss fight, but that's what's in the notes, so let's do it. And do I get a level up too? No, I'm gonna have to use a hello? We still don't have enough, okay? Maybe okay, we'll just do another battle. So it didn't quite work out the JP routing here. Okay, so there's a brigand.
I think not.
Yeah, it's just 30 JP we needed from the beginning of the game to get our first ability. Okay. The tutorial prompt, there it is. Okay. And I don't think he leveled up, so I'm gonna use a plum to get his SP up. We're gonna learn 1,000 spears, and that's it. Going straight into the boss fight, this is Gaston. That's all I know. That's his name. Okay, so I didn't check to see if we had the extra wind soulstone. We don't, so I'm gonna start with a level slash. Got a kind of branching strategy if I got an extra soulstone drop, so this will be a slightly slower fight than normal, but we should be okay. There's a chance to die. I hope I don't, because I fought a few battles on the inside. We'll get rid of some of these ads here in just a bit. Go fire. Okay, broken, and now we'll take him out with our other soulstone next turn. Okay, yeah, we should be okay. And get a load of this awesome boss theme. Super good. The music in this game is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. So we're going to use 1,000 Spears on this turn. 1,000 Spears is guaranteed to hit 3 times. It can hit more. We want it to hit 4 times. 2, 3. It only hit 3 times. So we're going to max Spear. And so yeah, we're guaranteed for it to have him do that on this turn, so we were not under threat. Olberic always goes first on the turn after he does that, so. And then now we're going to heal. Just wanted to get him broken. Actually, it's probably not optimal, but that's what we're doing. So, okay. I broke him on the first hit, and the remaining spear hits did the increased damage, so it was okay. And we got enough BP to do another max hit there. Get him broken again. And yeah, all I could figure out was just keep attacking him with one at a time, and that should be enough. This one, 2, and then max. And he should be dead. Okay, now he's dead. Okay. So that's Olberic's Chapter 1 boss. And after you finish your first character's Chapter 1, the world is your oyster. You can go around, and it's kind of open-ended at this point. It's highly recommended you go and recruit other characters. The other characters that you could have chosen to start the game with, you can now go and recruit. We are going to recruit the ones that seem to save the most time. And I believe my route is already obsolete. So one of the characters I'm getting is not ideal. But don't worry about it. So, on our way to the next area, we're going to try and pick up a few things. We're going to save this guy. And we'll give him a healing grape, and we get a 1,500 gold for doing that. It takes a little time to do that, might not be worth it, but that's what I wrote down. And what's funny is that guy, Kit, actually plays a big role in the game's overall story, strangely enough. So we're going to try and escape all these encounters. You see the fleeing mechanics I was telling you about earlier. Try and break and then flee. What sucks about Olberic is we have to run quite a ways to get to the next couple of characters, and we'll encounter a few enemies that. So Olberic can only equip swords and spears as the warrior job. So if there's enemies that aren't weak to swords or spears, it's going to be kind of a slog to try and run. We'll probably fail several times. Like this guy this is 2 sword. No, we should be fine. So you start off the battle with 1 BP. Might as well use it right away. So if you decide to use any BP, you won't gain any on the next turn. Just part of just kind of balancing the battle strategy. Or else you'd always want to use some kind of BP, pretty much. I think, actually, we want that. Did I not pick up that chest? I think I ran by a chest. I did get it. Okay.
No, you did run by one.
Okay. Let's stop monologuing and pick up these absolutely critical items. This is going excellent so far. Also, the cobblestone, which is this area, the field theme is awesome. So it sucks running into 2 of these birds. They are weak to spear. It's actually, since there's only 1 character, you can't really break them both with the spear. So you need all enemies on the screen broken in order to flee. So if I break this one, no. Just keep trying to flee. So I think it's got a Dragon Quest style fleeing, like if you repeatedly attempt to flee, your odds will slowly increase. So I guess the game is somewhat generous in that respect, but yeah, anytime when running with the solo character to the next place, if you encounter 2 enemies, you're kind of screwed. You kind of just have to hope you can run. So I'm going out of my way a little bit to grab that. It kind of sucks because it puts me in an extra encounter, but that's the best I could come up with, guys. Bear with me. Alright, so it's a Sea Birdie and 2. You gotta keep an eye on some of these. You sometimes get a level 2 enemy that has a 2 shield. And the weaknesses are a little different between different level enemies in the same family. So every enemy does have particular weaknesses. Windsoul Stone. Okay, we gotta make sure to enter the next town. Sucks we fight these 2 of these. What the fuck? Remind me tomorrow? Fuck you, Windows. Fuck Windows. Okay, flying fish. Sword. Jeez. Windows 10, dude. Nice. Alright. So luckily these guys are sword and we can attack all with the sword with Olberic. And so we're running by, this is Tressa's town. We're going to go in here pretty soon and recruit Tressa. But I prefer to get Cyrus first. So I'm just going to run in here to get the waypoint. So we can teleport back later. Otherwise it'd be a running all the way from Atlas Dam, which is where we recruit Cyrus. Okay, got our waypoint. And yeah, there is a fast travel system in this game. Just enter a town and you can always fast travel to it, pretty much. So the reason I want to get Cyrus coming up here is he has a nice ability called Evasive Maneuvers. It's his first, okay, nice surprise attack. And he gets to go first next turn, perfect. But Cyrus's first support ability is called Evasive Maneuvers, which doubles the amount of time it takes to get into an encounter, pretty much. And that is huge. So the way the encounters work in this game, every time you enter a screen, your step count resets. And you're guaranteed to run some fixed distance before getting into an encounter. So because of that, as long as you're always entering a new area, you can kind of get through things without any encounters. It's much harder without evasive maneuvers, as you see, you know, typically to go from one transition to the other, it's long enough to get into multiple encounters. But with evasive maneuvers, it's usually just long enough to not get into any encounters. So it, even though it's like, it halves the distance, it like doubles the distance it takes, it actually reduces the encounter rate by like a factor of 10 throughout the run, which is quite handy. An alternative strategy is to instead of getting Cyrus, to get the sorcerer class, which is what job Cyrus is. So every character is also associated with a job. This has a job system. Olberic is the warrior job. For references first, okay, this is kind of a, so this guy is bow, ice, light. We just have to run and hope we run. Yeah. So we don't have the frog's weaknesses. Sadly, like pretty much most of the enemies in the Atlas Dim area doesn't. We can't have a vulnerability against. Okay, second try run's not too bad. All right. Hopefully it's only one encounter here, one more, but probably three. Probably three. And another frog, it's okay. As long as it's not double frogs, that's okay. First try, alrighty. And that was a pretty decent, nice, only 2 encounters, that's really nice. Okay, so here's Atlasdom. This is where we recruit Mr. Cyrus. And Cyrus's field mechanic, I'm sorry, I forget the exact terms for these. But his field ability is... Alright, so I want to make sure I select no on the second text box here. Hold on. Okay. And I want to scrutinize this next guy. Okay, his field ability is Scrutinize. You can scrutinize any NPC. And they each do different things. In this case, it revealed an item. You can pretty much scrutinize almost any NPC. Sometimes it will give you an item, it'll give you a special, like, upgrade or something. So scrutinizing this little girl gives us a powerful soul stone. So you can see the routing in this game is taking advantage of a lot of these crazy abilities. And we're also going to buy a quartz rod for Cyrus to boost his damage. This just lets us handle things better. Scrutinize this guy, we'll grab this item on the way out. Make sure I don't forget that, and also make sure I don't forget the first item that I scrutinized. So scrutinizing that guard got me this item. It's a light soul stone. So the soul stones are kind of a cornerstone of the speedrun. It's just kind of a damage all weapon. It does fixed damage. The soul stones are also of an element, and you can use that to abuse a weak point on enemies, and it will do increased damage against enemy weaknesses. I'm gonna get 2 encounters here. Ice Sentinel. So we can get speed. We're gonna start with fire, actually. Just a boost here should do it. And so now that Cyrus is on our team, we want to get 30 JP with Cyrus. And that gets us evasive maneuvers. And we can start running from many battles. Alright, that was a good run. Let's force this encounter here. Wait, do I have to force? Yeah, I think I do have to. Okay, I think I had to do this. Alright, so Fire Sentinels. Is Cyrus first? Nope, so just Spirit. And don't equip anything or nothing. Alright. So, on to my favorite boss of the game. And Cyrus. So, this is a treacherous boss with the highly intimidating name Russell. Can't be trusted. Yeah. Alright, so now that we have two characters, our strategy gets much grander here. So Cyrus, defend if Cyrus goes before Olberic, okay? And I hope we survive. That should break this guy. And we're gonna Blight Soulstone M. Yeah, take out those ads, use the next Light Soulstone. So what's nice about using these while he's broken, does a nice like double damage. We want to sword. And we are gonna do that. Okay, so I'm not totally used to this happening. To having Cyrus go first on that second turn, so I'm a little bit improvising here. It'll be alright. Nice. And Olberic's going first next time. I could have probably just killed him with an Ice Wind, but just in case. Or break him. Oh, that was enough. Alright. So what's cool about this fight is I believe we get a free Ice Soul Stone. We'll be using that... really? I can't remember. I think we always get that. But, so Cyrus is also pretty powerful. I think we should have 30 JP now. I think that was 20. Gonna learn, yes, can learn Lightning Blast. This is a real strong ability. One of the strongest, we'll be using this until the end of the game. Cyrus is quite powerful. So Lightning Blast is good. These, it's like the level 2. So you can either get the level 1 or the level 2 spells. Level 2 spells cost much more to cast, but they hit all enemies twice with that element. So hitting all enemies with Thunder twice is just real good for breaking. Really, really good for breaking. And of course the Course Rod we got a little earlier will increase Cyrus's damage. So, anyways, that's our second character's Chapter 1. Since we scrutinized that dude in the bar, it unlocked this item down here, can't forget it. It's an extra nourishing nut. This is something that increases our max HP. So part of my routing here is to get all of our health and armor up past a certain threshold to be able to survive a certain devastating attack from boss. And since we got the waypoint earlier to Ripple-Tide, we are now going to fast travel. I think I got everything there. And recruit Tressa, our third character. And she is absolutely critical in any speedrun category of this game. Because the merchant, for a couple reasons. Her field ability is purchase. You can purchase stuff from any NPC in the game. And every NPC has a unique set of items that you can purchase. And this often leads to a massive advantage in being able to hunt down a specific NPC that has a really nice item such as Soul Stones. We'll be taking advantage of this quite a bit. Additionally, having Tressa, it's got this cool thing. Whenever you run through a field that has encounters, you just get money. It just says Tressa found, $500, and it's I think the supposition is that she's finding it off of like corpses or something, or I think that's Spear. Okay. So now that Cyrus is in this team, you can just see how effective Lightning Blast is. It just wrecks house. And yeah, we want to take out these encounters, but so the Lightning Blast does cost 20 MP, SP. Yeah. So we'll just kind of have to keep track of that and make sure we're, whenever you level up, you get a full HP, SP restore. So it's just important to keep in mind. Yeah, these birds are weak against thunder. Very nice. Cyrus, right off the bat, get wrecked. And so another overpowering thing about Tressa is she is the merchant job class, which has this ability called Hired Help, which is essentially Gil Toss, like from the Final Fantasy games. So you can deal massive fixed damage for a price. Let's just do that. And Cyrus, I think he's going to level again, so let's just do that. We'll have another cast. So yeah, that level slash wasn't necessary. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to level, actually. We'll fight one more encounter in here. And I forget some of the other stories here. There's these thieves that stole something, and she's gonna go get it back. There you go. And if we're lucky, it's only gonna be one encounter in here. But it's hopefully this encounter is enough for us to learn Hire to Help. We'll just have to see. So that's the first ability we'll get for Tressa. Again, 30 JP. Bats. Spear, knife, bow, axe, ice. Okay. Good. Just gonna defend. Scholar, ice. And I think with a triple bat, this has gotta be it. This has gotta be enough. Just smacks level slash. And with Olberic, we are not doing it. Oh, okay, they didn't die. Nice. So hopefully Cyrus gets a level. We might have to... He did not. Okay, let's see if we are affording hired help. We are. Let's see how close I can get to the boss encounter. We definitely have to restore Cyrus's... Actually, this is a marathon. Let's just make a save. So I think this can go a little sour. Let's heal Cyrus. So he needs 2 lightning blasts, if that should be enough. And health is good. Okay. So this is Mick and Mac. Kind of unique boss because it's 2 relatively strong opponents at once. Alright, so for every encounter, the starting turn order is pretty random. It's influenced by your speed, but it's very variable. So that can definitely have an effect on the outcome of some of these fights. Should be Mick. Don't get these names confused. Tressa, we want to trade winds. So she does. So the merchant job class does have some wind abilities, wind attacking abilities. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Defense. So he goes first next round, and we're gonna trade. 3 staff, Mac. I should be paying attention more. Trade wins Mac. And Wind Soulstone should now break both of them.
The battle is truly joy.
Okay, that's why we went out of our way to get one of the Wind Soulstones, and defend allowed him to go first that round. And Cyrus, we should... I don't think we got a spare... We got a spare Ice Soulstone. And you can see Hired Help in action now. Use the Dancer ability. Only costs 2,500. And you might as well save up all your BP because you get extra attacks when you use it. And what's nice about Dancer is it has a chance to inflict... just trade winds. Dancer has a chance to inflict blind and poison, both of which are extremely effective in this game. Spear him down. He should be nearly dead. Okay, good. Good fight.
Each battle, I grow strong.
Okay, we got a guaranteed Ice Soulstone M from that boss fight, which is really nice for routing. Okay, and we got Tressa. And so after completing certain chapters, it'll unlock new NPCs in certain towns. So once you've kind of done everything in the game, there's a lot of NPCs in every town, and it kind of just increases the variety, increases kind of your options of some of your field abilities, like challenge. You can challenge a new NPC that might drop something, or Tressa, you can purchase something from a new NPC. In particular, once you complete Tressa's Chapter 1, so to do that we have to leave, trigger this cutscene. Now warp back into Ripple-Tide, and a couple of new NPCs will be there. And it's like a side quest NPC, Tony's this like wuss trying to hit on this chick, and we go down to his mother who's like ashamed, but it turns out if you just scrutinize the mother, it's 70% chance, we got it. And you can also purchase a Thunder Soulstone M. Tony's mom is loaded. The scrutinization is an L, and then now we teleport back. That's our first Soulstone L. That's the extremely high damage attack item, and so it's really important to prioritize those Soulstone L's in the route. So part of the hello. We want to, okay, yeah, we don't have it quite yet. So Cyrus, we're still we want to learn another ability. After you learn 2 abilities, 2 skills, you get your first support skill. And so we really want his first support skill, which is evasive maneuvers. I should have charged that. Or I should have just defended. That's fine. We don't even have the Highland Ratkin's weakness table here. Oh well. But yeah, we should have enough JP for Cyrus in the next 2 encounters, and then we can start dodging plenty of battles, speeding this up a little bit. But yeah, we're just gonna head towards getting our 4th party member. Am I doing everything right? Yo, shout out to the desert music. The Sunlands is the name of this zone. Real good songs. Okay, this is Army Ant Swords, all swords. Okay, 3. We sword, knife, ice, thunder, dark. Okay, so thunder, good. Let's just charge it right now. So that should do 2 to the guy with the 3 shield. Good. Now we can probably break these. Ice, knife, ice, dark. Okay. Yeah, well, maybe we won't break these. So level slash. And then just Cyrus is gonna have to finish it out. Actually, I think we can hire to help Mercenary. Mercenary is really cheap, and it's guaranteed sword damage against everything. Mercenary is the first hired help ability. What's really nice about it, I thought that was sword. It's not. It's spear. Spear, knife, ice. Okay, so ice. It's not ice. I have it written down wrong. It's thunder. Ugh. Is it spear? Do I have that much right? It is. Okay. Yeah. Cyrus have enough? No, not for the nuke. That should be enough. I've been just... it's not. And both her attack power and her magic power is reduced. Okay, that was enough. Cyrus... Those are some tough enemies. We might have enough for evasive maneuvers here. Nope, not quite. Needs 7 JP. So yeah, if I was more serious, I would actually count this as I go and not have to scramble and check. But, yeah. He did level up, so we can nuke on the next one. Okay, this should be it. Okay, is that a level 2 and 1, 2 and 3? Okay. And we can see most of the weaknesses now, so I'm not going to fumble as much. So let's just do that. And stop using hired help. Let's do that. I don't know what I'm doing. How about that? Okay. And maybe her spears are enough. He's not debuffed this time. Nope. Alright, Cyrus. Yeah, just lightning blast. That's what we need. I could finally start running from these friggin' encounters. Alright, so finally have enough to buy a second ability with Cyrus. So, and we're gonna do one for Olberic as well, might as well. Thank you, I know. And Blizzard, yes, yes. Equip. Might as well equip cover, might as well equip, oh, and definitely equip evasive maneuvers. So, we should be able to run through most of these screens with no encounters. Shoutouts to the Real Chill Riverlands song. And the sound effects in this game, the ambience, is just, it's just phenomenal. So we're just passing through this zone. This is where you recruit Alfin, the apothecary, which I think is used in a few of the other runs. Definitely a good alternative. And I kind of hit the wall a little bit there. We're probably going to get into an encounter. Maybe. It's kind of a tight run, this one, even with evasive maneuvers. Yeah. Okay, River Froggen. All sword and ice. Okay, level 3 one, great. So let's just hire help. Those sword hits in.
Have at you.
That, and we're not really interested in fighting. Let's just run.
Sorry, what was there a when you hire the merchants? Is there a buff on your party as well?
Yeah. So the
Here with setup.
yeah, that's unique. That's unique to mercenary, the first hired help ability, which it does give you a defense buff on your entire team, which halves all physical damage. Super effective. I really wish I used that more in my casual playthrough. Because it's super cheap. It's like 150 leaves is the currency in this game. 150 leaves to cast the mercenary hired help. In contrast, the dancer's ability we used earlier was 2,500 leaves. And that's a real early encounter. That sucks. Okay, these guys suck. Sword, laughing hyenas, axe, bow, fire. That sucks. Okay, so let's level slash. Axe, bow, fire. Okay, we're gonna level yeah, okay. We're gonna firestorm, fireball, and spear. I probably could have just killed these guys. That's okay. Just use a hired help bandits, which is only 800 leaves, and it's pretty strong enough to kill most of this level or chapter 1 stuff. But anyways, we're at Boulderfall, our last chapter 1 town. Recruit our last party member, and then we begin the treasure hunt. So you can see a significant difference in how quickly it takes to get through Therion's chapter 1 as opposed to like Olberic. Like look how quickly you can kind of get to the sky and you just go straight into the dungeon. No BS. Yes, no. And then mash A, then A once, now mash B, just for some reason, okay. Certain prompts require certain inputs. Who knows why? Okay, so, and then just like that, we're already in Therion's dungeon. So Therion is our 4th party member. He is the thief class. The field ability for thief is steal. You can steal from anybody, which is just like purchase, except for it has a chance of failing. And if you fail, you can only fail a few times, and then you have to pay a bunch of money to restore reputation. In addition to that, as long as you have Therion on your team, you can open purple chests, which is often a purple chest in every dungeon, and it usually contains a slightly better item, which kind of means you usually want Therion on your team. Yeah, it's kind of a... Oh, this guy sucks. Lightning blast. I'm gonna probably have to restore him a little bit. I didn't want a level 3 enemy to be there. I don't even know what he is weak against. Maybe spears? No. Ah, okay, Therion can break him. And the one is just a sword. Oh, actually, we should be fine to just nuke with bandits. That was 800 leaves, but okay. Little bit more damage. Okay, yeah, make sure Cyrus has 60 or more. He does not, so let's use a plum. And this should be a super easy fight, no setup required, just jump on in. We got a guaranteed Ice Soul Stone M from that previous boss, and we also picked up some Thunder Soul Stones. So because you could choose which chapter you want to go into kind of in any order, they do sort of adjust by doing this first chapter as my last character. These enemies are much stronger than they would have been if I started with this chapter. Tressa defend. So then we have a full party. There's a lot of strategy going on here. Start lightning blast. Just to do 2 hits on that. 3 dagger. And Tressa 3 bow to break. So we defended with both of those guys, so they're guaranteed to go first, allowing him to break, and the next attacks will to do double damage.
Have a taste of pain.
Oh my god, all in the same guy, you asshole. Alright, I should be okay. I hope. Oh, he's going last next turn. Okay, we're definitely okay. Ice Soul Stone. It's boss themes. Awesome. Okay, max spear. shouldn't need this, but we're gonna just use it. Okay, that guy's gone. And then max lightning blast should be enough. So I used a few extra hired helps than I wanted to. But that's okay. There's some backup stuff we can like steal at the end of the game if we really need to. One of the big tricks about routing this is just getting enough money to use hired help in all the places that you want to, and kind of weighing if it's worth going out of your way to get that money to use it, because you can obviously still win battles without the hired help's massive damage, but is it worth spending that extra time in battle? Either does it take that long, does it take much longer, or is it much riskier versus the time it takes to like run out of your way to like steal extra stuff. So here's steal. I'm just gonna jack all this lady's stuff. Thanks. And you can literally do that to any NPC in the game. Just go through, you could challenge, you could steal, you could purchase, you could scrutinize everybody. So there's something to do with every enemy or every NPC in the game. Because of that, you can spend just so much time just goofing around and just checking out every NPC. Pretty crazy. All right, so even with evasive maneuvers, this is one of the runs. This is one of the paths that you have a good chance of getting to encounter. We made it. We made it. That's good. So we have all 4 characters. My next objective is to go around the entire world and loot as much stuff as we can to help us survive the next few chapters, because pretty much the next things that we need to do to finish the game are just go to Olberic's chapter 2, beat the boss, go to his chapter 3, beat the boss, chapter 4, beat the boss, and we're done. Problem is, his next chapter 2 is kind of expects you to be around like level 25. We're like level 10. Also, we're currently in a level 30 zone, but just gonna go around. So this is a tier 2 area. This is where you encounter like Tressa's chapter 2. So, okay, I've got a good chance of getting into an encounter here. Ooh, and a good chance of dying. Yes, okay, good. Okay, we got the Wind Soul Stone from there, Energized Pomegranate, and we're gonna run to a... Okay, so we're in like a tier 3 zone right now. So, we're tier 4. We're pretty close. This is like a real high level area here. Any encounter is just gonna totally smoke us. Hopefully we can get in here. Nice, okay, so... And this is only a level 50 dungeon, don't worry about it. Just gonna pop in here and pick up a couple of things, that might be appropriate for people of our level, such as the strongest helmet in the game. Nice energizing pomegranate there, which is just maxes out, uses BP in battle, real good battle item. Gonna leave this just to reset the step counter. Gonna go back inside for one of the strongest bows in the game. And what's also nice about just getting this bow is you can sell it for 14,000 leaves. So yeah, as you can see, evasive maneuvers lets us go through into these like high-level areas and just loot stuff. Just to get some real good equipment and just get tons of cash. And the run from here to the next save point should be fine. So the game auto-saves. Oh yeah, it's totally fine. So the game auto-saves every time you screen transition, so I'm not too worried about getting in battles and dying, but... Since running from that cave to the next area is like a guaranteed encounter, I'm just gonna save, quit, and reload. Let's see, we'll be doing this quite a bit. So, and by the way, if you're only interested in like battles, you might want to take a break, because we've got like 20 minutes of running around the whole world just collecting stuff. But I'll try and keep it interesting. This is Riverlands, tier 4. This is where Olberic's chapter 4 is. So this is kind of a twofer to both get the waypoint for the chapter 4 town, we'll just warp here later, and be able to collect a few things around town. I think I just go in here, we're gonna steal, we're gonna buy. We're too low level to steal. Buy our Soulstone M. And I'm gonna go ahead as a safety strat. We're gonna buy a few things right here. Buy 6 of those and 6 of those. And we're also gonna buy this. So this is just safety strats. I could do this later, but Nourishing Nut L. This is massive increase in max HP for a character. I should use it right now in case I get into a battle, but I'm gonna follow these notes to the T. Even though they're crappy. And so yeah, which chapter 4 the character that you choose has will influence like where you might want to pick up your items. So because I need to go to this area, the Riverlands zone, Riverlands tier 4 anyways, turns out there's some good items over here. I'll go ahead and pick up one of the strongest swords in the game. It's also something we could sell for a good amount. And since it's a sword, we do a lot of solo fights with Olberic, and it'll really help out with those. So I'm gonna go over here, grab this. Another Wind Soulstone L. So a lot of the stuff we're collecting is either just to sell, or it's real high-level equipment that gives us good damage or provides a lot of armor, or it's a Soulstone L's. There's limited Soulstone L's in the game. Like, you can't buy them. You can't buy them from a traditional shop. You can purchase them from some NPCs. But after you've purchased or stolen something from an NPC, you can't purchase or steal it again. It's kind of done. So you could sort of true 100% the game by scrutinizing, stealing from everybody. Scrutinize or stealing from everybody. If you want to truly 100% this game. So let's try to get to this.
So it seems like in these higher levels, the money she's picking up in the overworld has gone up like exponentially.
Hold on. Ruins. Where the fuck am I? Shrine of the Warbringer. Okay, sorry. What were you saying? I just had it was processing both that and this next thing.
Higher level areas, the money she's picking up in the overworld is like 4 times what it was where you're supposed to be.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So the amount of money Tressa gets with her like field ability is dependent on the recommended level of the zone of the recommended level of the area that you're in. So yeah, running through the high level area, you're getting tons of cash.
So could you just bounce back and forth between transitions and get money every time?
Yeah, you can. You totally can. So just pro tip: just equip evasive maneuvers on your playthrough. Run to a high level cave. Just run a little bit and run back out. Boom, like 2,000 leaves. So this is okay. This is run. Go south. So this is a treacherous run. I have a good chance of getting into encounter and just getting creamed. Let's just hope it doesn't happen. Oh! Okay. Tier 2. Maybe we can pull through. Giant scorpion, spear, ice, wind. The big guy though. Fuck. We're just gonna hope we run. We're fucking dead. So this is what happens when you get into encounters in high-level zones. You get smoked. We got one more shot to run. Nope, it was Cyrus that got targeted. Okay. Dodge. No. Okay. So fortunately, the game does autosave a lot, and I'll probably get a game over a couple of times. Yeah, that's just the way it is. Gotta totally RNG out if you want to get real good runs of this game, sadly. But probably need a little bit more optimal movement here to increase my chance of surviving. Not optimal. I'm like flopping around. Okay. Does it strike first? Same friggin' pack. Okay. Alright. Get comfy, guys. This could happen a couple of times. There's this, it was this screen and like 2 more screens where it's real close that you can kind of get trapped in this like loop of just getting into encounters and getting smoked. I should probably pan ahead, see who I plan to give the Nourishing Nut L to just to increase our max HP. Should just use that Nourishing Nut right away, but alright. I gotta memorize how this path like goes left and right. I think it's just straight down. Now it goes left a little bit, now it goes down right. Yes, okay, we made it.
First try, every try.
No problem, no problem. Okay. So this is actually Olberic's chapter 3 town. That's part of the reason why we're coming down here, is we need to go here anyways. Just gonna pop in for the waypoint. Since we're gonna go here anyways, we're gonna go here for the waypoint and also grab some stuff that's just gonna help us immediately in Chapter 2. Wait, Wellspring Town. My bad. Okay, I have a safety strat here. Let us go buy some armors. This will just, in general, help us survive. Grand armor ×3. Wow, dude. Okay. On Cyrus, Tressa, Therion. Okay. Everybody but Olberic, because he's like the strongest right now. Okay, so we should be fine now. Like it's not too dangerous in these next couple of zones. Gonna run down to the Sunlands Tier 3 area. There's a lot of good stuff in this town. Oh, my bad. Here. No, we gotta do this optimally. Okay, so forget what I said. This run through this is also extremely treacherous. We could get kind of in a loop here again. So I want to... They positioned this friggin' Soulstone L like right in the middle of this path. So it's not like I can grab it and run back. And it's like behind this friggin' tree. So it's hard to go to it optimally. Down. Come on! Yes, we did it! Okay. Grand Armor got a Soulstone, so hold down left. This is my super hold down left and it works every time strat. Okay, I should have used the D-pad because that was not even close. Let's definitely hold it with the D-pad. Get that. And we should just be able to go to this cave. Yeah, there's a good amount of leeway here. Should be fine. Yeah. So in the Marceline Catacomb is one of the strongest daggers in the game, and it can be sold for a huge amount. And it also gives a massive speed boost. It's just good for Therion. Yeah, getting all these, getting a bunch of speed increases is just really good for consistency in turn order, because you have to deal with that turn order RNG. And a few of the later chapter fights, just getting bad turn order can be devastating. So I like to make a lot of parallels between this game and like Grandia, because it's got a big, it's heavily dependent on turn order and manipulating, canceling enemies' actions. Bunch of Marceline Sins, chest, soulstone, viper dagger. All right, got a couple of questionable things in here. I don't know if this is a good idea. Damn, it worked right away. 40%. Okay, good. Thieving tips and tricks. Hello. Let's buy 2 Palm L's from this guy. And I'm gonna do a safety just autosave. Because if I fail scrutinize or steal too many times, I have to restore my reputation, which can cost a lot of money in this high-level town. So let's go steal. I don't think I'm high enough level to steal this. I'll try. Okay, that's only 3K. And these should be, yeah, much better. So the first thing that we scrutinize from that lady at the beginning of town increases our chance to steal from people in this town. It increases the chance to steal those things from like 8% to 80%. So it was worth scrutinizing that first lady. And one of the reasons to come to this town is the sweet treasure trove. A lot of good armor and cash. And a lot of guys that sell some serious weaponry. We are purchasing, these are purchase wind and shadow. And scrutinize. We got like 4 attempts at 50%, failed the first one. Okay. Okay, we got it. And that's just another free Fire Soulstone L. And then we're done, and we warp back up here. So just done collecting stuff in this area. Gonna run to another area that's loaded with stuff, which is sort of, kind of, on the way to the merchant job class. So, just like how every character has a primary job that you can't change, like every character is associated with a job, you can also unlock secondary jobs. You can unlock secondary jobs for every character. So Olberic, which is normally a warrior, you can give him any of the secondary abilities, or any of the secondary jobs, just to, it really opens up the customization in this game to truly Final Fantasy V levels. Save and quit here. It's kind of a long run. I don't know if that save and quit is totally necessary. But yeah, this is a tier 2 area, so I'd probably get smoked. Yeah, Stone Guard. Okay. Let's see if I remember the pathing here. It's to the right. Okay. Go back this way. Okay, so Everhold, this is the Tier 3 Highlands. A lot of good stuff here. I'm gonna grab another Soulstone L. Silver-filled pouch, sell that for 9k, and go back to reset the step count. This should be fine. And now we can run to the highest level bonus dungeon in the game and just loot the shit out of it. And there's a cool little glitch. One of the only glitches I know of. We'll kind of abuse a little bit. Should have enough steps to grab that. And yeah, this dungeon seems to make its way into every category because it's just loaded with cool stuff. Grab that. And you can make this run all the way. It's just pretty tight. I'd rather just save and quit and start my path from here. Just to be safe. Because yeah, these enemies would, without a doubt, destroy my party. The strongest random encounters in the game, pretty much. But I'll show you another cool encounter evasion technique as we loot this place. So some of these dungeons have these optional, like, mini-bosses you can fight at the end. Some of them are actually pretty tough. But the game does this nice, quality of life thing where it asks you if you're ready. Turns out, when this dialogue pops up, it resets your step count. Why not? So you can just run up there, trigger that dialogue box, and you're guaranteed to run for another couple of seconds, without getting into an encounter. You grab 35k, massive treasure trove from that treasure box down there. Reset the step count. Let's go grab the other critical item, the knowledge staff. This could be sold for like 22k. It boosts magic power by like 200 or something, and it boosts speed by a crazy amount. So it makes Cyrus, start turns really early and deal tons of damage. We're not even gonna sell this. It's just that effective damage and speed wise. Okay, and that was all we needed from this place. Once again, it could make it from that boss trigger to the entrance without saving and quitting, but it's just really tight. And I'd rather constantly be moving than just hoping I don't die. Even if it's a little slower, bear with me, guys. Okay. So this area is kind of all the way out of the way. There's no required anything in this entire part of the world, but it's just so tempting because these dungeons have such good stuff and they're so close to each other. Like this Shrine of the Runeblade. This is one of the areas where the secret, quote-unquote secret, optional jobs in the game are. Where you have to fight a boss that's usually... These bosses are much stronger than the Chapter 4 bosses. Like the final boss for this category. But 50,000, why not? Just ridiculous cash. Hello? But yeah, that's where... So there's 4 of those special shrines with the secret job classes. Sadly, we don't get to fight the secret job bosses, which have awesome battle music. So, we're back here, and we really need to get the merchant job class just to have a second merchant. That's the only reason. It's just to have a second person that can use hired help. That way, we could break an enemy and have 2 hired helps go off in one turn just for massive damage, and it's often necessary just to survive some of these battles, to end the battles quickly. Just Merchant is so overpowered. Merchant, both Tressa and the merchant as a secondary job, I think, make it into every single route. That might have killed me. Let's just make a save. We should... Well, we might be fine, though. It's kind of a long run. Hey! Alright. So... This is also quite the long run. I think... Yeah, we want to... Yeah, okay. So this is definitely a long run to the merchant job, so let's just do a save and quit here. And because I think I've been using a little extra cash than I've been meaning to, with a couple of extra bandit casts, I'm going to grab this copper-filled pouch over here for an extra 3k before we grab the merchant. And I think the distance to this and back, plus the distance from here to the cave, I think it's okay. Oh, okay, we're good. Phew. Wasn't sure. We're just like improvising like crazy here. Okay. This is our first job shrine to get a secondary job. And all of these job shrines are in pretty much, they're always in like a tier 2 area. So casually, you usually won't find these until after you've cleared most of the chapter 1s and got a high enough level to venture into tier 2. But yeah, if you're a little, I don't know, courageous and exploring, you might find yourself with a pretty early secondary job, which can help out in the early game quite a bit. Just get Cyrus, get evasive maneuvers, and then you can start hunting for secondary jobs. If you notice on the minimap will display every exit available, every exit available from that screen. So in this case, it's showing the place that I just came from. It's showing a cave to the far left. It also shows save points, showing the exit to the next area straight north, and it's showing this town. So I'm going into this town just because we were already on our way to the merchant, and there's some good stuff here. 100% scrutinizing this guy for a free nuke. Why not? Lever, I think that's too much. Oh, yeah, here it is. I think this might be too much. Oh yeah, 8%. No thanks. Yeah, so I'm reading notes that are just like, hey, try this. And yeah, these notes are a little incomplete. In chest, yeah, we're not gonna. Okay, that guy also sells something, but I don't care that much. I'm gonna go to this screen for some items that help increase our max HP, which are kind of relatively rare. Like along Olberic's, like normal, the towns that he normally goes to, you just don't have the opportunity to get these max HP increase accessories. So it's just really nice that we're able to get some of these. Cleaver, Winslow Stone, Empowering Bracelet. We should have bought 2 of these. We want a lot of these energizing pomegranates, which give you BP in battle. This just lets us, constantly use max BP attacks. Like, max BP, we hired help all the time. I actually didn't need that. I think I could steal from this guy, but it might be too much. Yeah, we want the copperfield pouch. Way too much, way too much. Purchase, okay, yeah, we're gonna scrutinize this guy, yeah. So bear with me, this is all, like, exploratory route stuff that is probably not good, but hey, I made it work. It's probably slow, but we... yeah. Just bear with me here. And purchase the protective bracelet. We got the Winslow Stone, protective bracelet, and empowering ring. So the protective bracelet just for additional armor. It's an accessory that provides armor, which is relatively rare. And then more max HP. And we're mostly done. We are done with our treasure hunt. So, hey, that wasn't too bad, right? I mean, geez, I guess when I'm monologuing for 30 minutes straight, it goes by fast. All right. Okay. Now, truly moving on to Olberic's Chapter 2 town now. There is a small pit stop we'll make. And so all of that extra armor, all those items, all those soul stones, all those weapons, all that cash will help immediately in Chapter 2. So Olberic's pretty unique, and so I was mentioning earlier that he does a lot of battles. It's mostly Chapter 2. Chapter 2 has this arena. Of course, he's a famous warrior, so there's got to be an arena. And of course, since it's an arena, he has plenty of forced battles. There's like 4 encounters. There's 3 sort of mid-bosses, a boss, and then 2 one-on-one challenges you have to do. So right before going to Victor's Hollow, we're just going to pop in this shrine. It both resets the step counter and gets another secondary job class, which is the Hunter. This is a little bit debatable about whether or not you really need this, but the Hunter job class is just giving us the Rain of Arrows ability, which lets us do repeated bow attacks. This is just good for breaking. And it also gives us the ability Leg Hold Trap, which forces an enemy to go at the end of every turn. Which is just really good for a consistent turn order. Really, really nice for a consistent turn order against boss fights. Extremely under... it could easily be passed up on your first playthrough as a potentially innocuous ability, but it's actually extremely effective. Okay, so I'm gonna grab a couple of things before starting the tournament. Purchase soul stones. A couple more soul stones. And let's switch. Okay, we've got to get our setup here for our first one-on-one challenge. Olberic's trying to make a name. So he wasn't able to register for the tournament in time, so he's going to try and make a name for himself by just beating up random townsfolk, apparently. So Olberic, let's go merchant, and let's learn nothing yet. Cyrus, let's go hunter, and not learn anything yet. Equip Olberic, optimize. Make sure he's got crystal helm. For some reason, optimize is, ooh, yeah, you want the additional elemental defense instead of the fucking extra 100 physical defense. No. Okay. So let's, he should be good. Let's just challenge him. So we are significantly under-leveled, but with amazing equipment and pre-prepared strategy. So again, 1,000 Spears has guaranteed 3 hits, and it can do more than 3 hits. We got a little unlucky. We wanted it to break right away, but oh well. So that's fine, just extra spear. And shout out to Chapter 3 battle theme, it is so good. Shadow M, yes. So again, the soul stones, when you use a soul stone against a broken opponent, it will do double damage. And as a merchant, we now have the bow equipped. So yeah, your secondary job also lets you equip the weapons of that job class. So there's weapons associated with every job class. Abide. Yeah, we want to increase his physical attack for the next couple turns. Should survive. Oh yeah, we can break him. Bow. And level slash should be good to finish it out. There it is. So this is really weird. I don't know why this is the case, but on the previous screen there's actually a little detour to a nice high-level area with a couple of things that we want. But for some reason it's blocked off until you go fight that guy. I have no clue why. This totally perplexed me for the longest time when I was like routing this, but yeah, there's no more barricade here. You can just like run right in. So just got to do that fight first. It's kind of weird. Just got to go like down and then up, but yeah. So just that elemental glaive. We'll pretty much just sell that, but I think it also boosts our like magic attack, which might help something. But silent bandana's nice, just a decent armor and increases speed. And this is just another Soulstone L that we'll use. Might as well get it because it's right there. And it's better just to teleport to that town. So we need to go back to the screen anyways to both purchase a nourishing nut. Okay, I do have it written down. I was like, why is that not written? And we don't use it yet. We just fight this dude. Pretty straightforward fight again. Did Olberic level? He did. Okay, so I was just wondering if I had a heal. So again, yeah, Olberic's only level 10, and it's kind of recommending you to be over level 20 at this point. Bunch of regular sword hits. Chip away at this guy. Of course, we equip the crystal helm, so even though we're like half the level we should be, we have the strongest helmet and some solid armor. Not much of a threat against these guys. Where is it? Wow, I didn't know it was so high up there. And okay, that doesn't matter. Just break him with that. We want to level slash to finish it out. So that's it for the individual challenges we have to do. Okay, that nourishing nut L was supposed to go on Cyrus. Yeah. So now we use all of our nuts, and we have a big time menu here as we prepare for the boss rush. Regular nuts, Tressa. M on Therion. L on Cyrus. Equip, unequip all. Cyrus, we want the empowering bracelet. Empowering ring. Protective bracelet. And why is it in this weird order? Cyrus, okay, so I wish I should have just optimized this, sort of. The staff plate, shield, enchanted circlet, empowering bracelet's already there, Tressa, holy bow, silent bandana, high house armor, empowering ring, Therion, viper dagger, crystal helm. Is that crystal helm? Yes, because he's like the weakest. He's got the protective bracelet, Olberic optimized at the end. Forbidden blade, grand armor. Okay. And Cyrus, needs a heal. And he needs plenty. I don't know if we have enough. He does, no. Okay, we got plenty. Couple more things to buy right before we start the battles. Okay, gonna depend on that autosave for the next. We should be fine on the next battle. Actually, the next two fights are easy, but there's one fight coming up that's kind of shaky, and let's just fill out the rest of our team with some. So before I had like moved a lot of the good stuff onto Olberic just because it was those solo fights. Olberic. Tressa. And now I wanted to kind of redistribute my equipment for these full party fights. Dang. Yeah, don't worry about the HP disparity. It'll even out later. Just review. No funny jobs we missed out on. It's expected that... Okay, no, yeah, we're fine. Okay. Alright. First fight in the boss rush. This one's pretty straightforward, though. This is the last guy that we have to prove our worth before being formally accepted into the arena. And Olberic, we defend off the bat. Now, Therion, the thief job class, has this ability called Armor Corrosive, which just doubles physical damage done against a target. So we always want to use Armor Corrosive in combination with breaking an opponent before using a really strong attack, and that just does tons of damage. We'll see that very soon. And just mercenary both for the sword hits. To help break them and to get us some of that defense up. Olberic, let's break with regular sword, only 3 hits left. Knife with Therion, again he has one of the strongest daggers in the game, he's going to be doing crazy damage with it. Another lightning blast, we have memory cursor so we can select stuff like that pretty quick. Thunder, we're light L, light soulstone L. Massive damage against broken targets with the largest soulstone. And now, just nuke him out. Let's kind of use everything that we got. I'm sure Holy Longbow should do good damage, and the max lightning blast should be just enough. Lightning blast is doing crazy damage now because Cyrus has that knowledge staff equipped. Okay. And everyone's like, whoa, it's the... So Olberic's name is the Unbending Blade. That's his nickname. I think that's what it is. So they're like, whoa, it's the unbending blade. He's returned. So now we're going to be prove our badassery in this upcoming tournament. But there's a couple of little menus. Menus and job switches I gotta do in between these fights. Let's try and get it correct here. Dark Amulet. Let's job. Olberic learn. Donate BP. And let's start with hard help. It's more important. Donate BP. Hard help. Cyrus needs to learn leg hold trap. Tressa learns donate BP. Therion learns HP thief. Can he? Yes. Good. He might not sometimes. Also change job to Thunder for you. I hope I have these jobs done correctly. And equip all these other things. So we have endless items being equipped on these two characters, which means you have a 25% chance of getting a freebie in battle. So, yo, freebies are back. Let's, yeah, so especially with how out of the way you have to go to get some of these Soulstone L's, I can definitely see freebies saving some good time. And if you're knowledgeable enough, you could probably adjust your route on the fly and not have to go out of your way to get certain things if you get freebies. So this first battle, we have those 3 arena battles. This first one should be nice and easy. First to go, merchant. The first merchant to go does this mercenary, just for the defense. And double bandit just for, oh shit, no, this is defend as Cyrus. We want to guarantee him going first next time. And we just want to act, we switched him to hunter so we could axe, which is one of his weaknesses. And our second merchant, we want to use bandit. So what's nice about each of the hired help abilities is they all have a different attack element. So we purposely chose bandits just to help break Joshua there. Get to hear full loop of this excellent battlefield. He's also weak at staff. And now these broken, let's dump a couple of the, oh, we also need a armor corrosive up. You can see some of the massive damage. This is for a couple physical attacks we'll do next round. But until then, soul stones on these guys. So one of the challenges in routing is just deciding against, is it worth like dumping a bunch of soul stones, or is it worth saving up a bunch of money to use hired help? So Olberic, let's max sword. It's not very much. Oh wow, actually that should have been way more than that. Alright. So I don't think he's gonna die. Max attacks. Maybe he will from this. It's nice and strong. No. How about, so Tressa, okay, with our holy longbow, yeah, okay, so I think I could save using, okay, I saved using a soulstone L there. So my notes are already out of date. Not too bad. That was our first arena battle. There's no real changes here. We did learn HP Thief, I just want to save. Everyone leveled. Yeah, we're getting crazy level ups because we're just so low level compared to the recommended level now. Just guarantee level ups from everybody. It's like free restores after every battle. I think we're good. So this is one of the scariest fights. So this guy has a chance of just stunning you on any of his attacks. And that can kind of screw us. Who goes first? Cyrus. Shadow Soul Stone. And then, yeah, wish it could be better. Turn order could be better. They get to attack before. Okay, so only as long as this is multi-hit. Yeah. Okay, not too bad. We really wanted to just get mercenary off so that we have that extra defense boost. And we also want to dancer, and it's good that we get to do it before he goes, because if it blinds him, dang. Okay, it did a break damage, but we wanted to blind him so we can maybe dodge some of those hits. Therion's getting kind of low. If he gets targeted by the next 2 guys, we're probably screwed. Don't hit Therion. First to go, level 3 Dancer. Is that level 3? Yes. Okay, Dancer should break Archibald. And then Therion's gonna armor corrosive. We're good. We're good. We made it. Cyrus, just gonna healing ray bunch just in case. I don't think we needed to. Oh yeah, we definitely needed to. Gonna do it next round. She needs 1 more BP. so we can max. Oh, this is the first time you guys get to see an armor corrosive max veterans. This is the speedrun strat. This is why Merchant is so good. Boom. So that boss had 20k HP. That's one way to do it. So that's kind of, it's like a fixed damage. So because armor corrosive was up on him, doubling damage, and he was broken, also doubling damage. Using veterans. Veteran soldier is the name of the ability. It just does immense damage. Okay, we want to make sure Cyrus is a hunter here. And he knows leg hold trap. Should have it. Yep, okay, good. And alright, now on to the actual Chapter 2 boss. We're gonna fight Gustav, which I think is Olberic's, like, it's a lead he has, so he knows Gustav was like a lead, like, lieutenant in the, in I guess, the organization that did the coup on his kingdom and overthrew his king. So he thinks Gustav, which is an old friend of his, like, betrayed him, as part of that betrayal. And level 2 armor corrosive, the higher level debuff you use just makes it last longer. And we're gonna blizzard this time for the ice weakness on the ads, and yo, this is a really nice turn order. And a couple of mercenaries here. We got our defense up, and we're also just breaking these guys. So those ads didn't even get to do nothing. There it is. I don't even think we need a heal. Alright, so Therion is going to fire L. Right? Is that Therion the rocket?
Take this.
And Olberic doesn't, literally can't heal. It's not useful. It's gonna defend.
I think not.
Okay, not a problem. Tressa. Bow. Yeah. I don't know why. Yeah. Hopefully that kills the ads. Alright. Turn 3. This is a little shaky, guys. Alright, let's just do it. 1,000 spears. So now we want to, so with both 1,000 spears of the warrior class, so it's guaranteed 3 hits. Hopefully it does more than 3. Yes, okay, 4 hits. And the, Cyrus, did he, oh, okay, that's fine. HP thief. No, heal, yeah. Healing great bunch. And he's not broken yet, so, okay, times 2 bow, yeah, that's fine. Rain of arrows? Yeah, just regular bow. Go charge it. So the hunter class gives us Rain of Arrows, which is just like 1,000 Spears. Guaranteed 3 hits, but it might do more. But since he had 3 shields, guaranteed break. Now that he's broken, we want to finish him on this round. Armor corrosive is still applied. So with the broken social and L for 5k. Use the rest of Cyrus's charges with Lightning Blast for a little extra damage. Therion as much as he can. HP Thief with the Viper Dagger, good damage. Hey, poison, why not? And the most important part, max veterans. So each veteran soldier use costs 30,000 leaves. That's quite a bit. So yeah, so veteran soldiers is the reason to go around and get all the money in the game. And it's the routing complication, pretty much. I think I use veteran soldiers 8 times throughout the run. I think it's 8. So before leaving, steal. Okay, we want to steal a couple of things before leaving. I don't know how imperative this is. Does that work? No. It doesn't really matter if... I don't think it really matters if we fail these. This is totally dumb. I think this is only like 800 leaves, but whatever. Okay. I'm gonna have a huge menu at the end of the game where we sell a bunch of stuff so we can afford all the hired helps that we'll use against the final boss. We're gonna spend 120k on the final boss, pretty much. So, that is Chapter 2. And since we did everything, got all the waypoints, we're just gonna teleport straight to his Chapter 3 and start it up. So even his Chapter 3 is much longer than everyone else's Chapter 3. There is 2 mandatory encounters, and then 1 boss fight, and then 1 mandatory, like, solo boss fight. So start his Chapter 3 story here. So the idea is, after defeating Gustav previously, we found out that Gustav kind of, I think he like is no longer a part of that crew, and he's just like telling Olberic where to find Earhart, the actual guy that's behind, that Olberic thinks is behind the coup, the overthrowing of his kingdom. So he's gonna hopefully find Earhart over here. But so this is where I think the story gets really interesting, because this whole town is telling him that they're being protected by Earhart. Earhart is like fighting off all the monsters in the town. So I can get that. Please, we need to get this one. This is good 3K. Nice. And in hearing that, he starts to become torn. Like, okay, he's actually doing good for these people. Maybe he's actually a good guy. And the way the dialogue does it is much better and more touching, I guess. But I found it a very intriguing story. Anything else here? Yes. Big time menu. Learn Cyrus. Firestorm. And that, for some reason, Tressa learn. Sidestep. We're not going to use a lot of these, but we just... So your support abilities, we're definitely going to use Shackle Foe, but your support abilities, you gain the more abilities you get. So we just wanted Cyrus to get Elemental Augmentation. This just boosts damage. Why not? And this other stuff is just like a why not. And so, okay, important. Therion Merchant. Get him to learn Hired Help. And let's do some equipment. Cyrus optimized. Did we get Gustav's shield? Yes. Tressa equip plate. Just a little better. We didn't get the spike shield drop. Therion optimize. Kite shield, dang. So yeah, didn't get the spike shield drop. And I think we're good on everything else. So this is a real tricky, these two encounters are real tricky. So we're in chapter 3, so it's even higher recommended level. And these encounters are can be treacherous. We have to rely on 1,000 spears hitting a lot of enemies to hopefully break them optimally. And have to fight 2 encounters in a row without being able to heal or save. It usually works out. So let's start with the mercenary just for our defense. And we get nice turn order here too. Oh, it was such a good. Okay, I should have just friggin' Blizzard. Whatever. Yeah, it gave it to me there. I screwed it up. Okay, one guy is at least within breaking range. And since the enemies are significantly higher level now, we have a good chance to miss a lot. Jeez. Okay, usually you don't miss twice in a row. Oh man, the poison is no good. So they are weak against ice, guaranteed to break one. Wanted to break more than that if I could. Maybe Tressa can still hit here. Damn, dude. Alright, let us... let's just, yeah, let's see. Hopefully... Dude, I boosted and it still wasn't enough! Nice. Okay, now we're just gonna have Cyrus just smoke them next turn. Okay, not too bad. So what I also want to do is just kind of do a little healing so that they're good on the next round.
Out of my way.
Let's palm. Actually, no, we're probably gonna level up. Just defend.
No, you don't.
And good. Shouldn't take poison damage. Good. And your status ailments don't linger afterwards. So I think everybody leveled up, so that should have been a nice free heal anyways. Yeah. Okay, and these, okay, so it's just the next level of these opponents. They all have one additional shield. Oh shit, he didn't level up. That ain't good. We're gonna defend. And we should mercenary. 1,000 spears is just critical because you get that guaranteed first couple of hits. So let's just plumb him. And Cyrus, yeah, since I screwed this up, let's just hope we don't get kind of too screwed. Normally I would defend to make sure he goes first next round, but it's fine. 1,000 spears. Okay, let's get a good damage distribution. No, not all on one dude. Stop. Okay, that's fine. We can break at least the next guy.
Out of my way.
And we're gonna hopefully land a couple of hits. All right, that's good. That's good enough. And regular blizzard. That way everyone can be broke. So no one on their team's going next turn at all. So guaranteed max Cyrus on somebody. Should be good. Okay, good. Not too bad. It's a little shaky, but could be much worse. So, on our way to the actual Chapter 3 boss. So, the town was upset that... turns out the town was being attacked, and they were kind of surprised because Earhart was normally defending them. And it turns out they're saying he encountered some trouble over in the den of these lizard men that are constantly attacking the town. So we had to help the town fend them off, and we're going to go see what's up with Earhart. So, oh shit, okay. Wrong path. So just Olberic, this is part of, I guess, his redemption a little bit. You know, he had just revenge in mind, but in kind of taking a stand with his rival Earhart in defending this town, it sort of helps, I don't know, heal that a little bit as it becomes revealed that Earhart's intentions weren't too bad actually. And it turns out there was, we'll learn a little bit later, but yeah, it turns out there's somebody else behind all the sinister plots. So we need to absolutely make sure Olberic is a merchant. He has hired help. And everyone's got good SP, HP. Now we jump into this boss fight. It should be no problem. This is a pretty easy boss fight. It's technically the Chapter 3 boss here, but there is one more battle afterwards. Again, the great boss theme. The other great part about Olberic's story is it plays the good boss theme all the time. I mean, the better one. It's awesome. Yeah, dude. Leg hold trap. So this leg hold trap, if you watch the turn order at the top, it forces the enemy to act last, which is just absolutely lovely for speedrun routing. And we want to armor corrosive. Let's get that out of the way. And I have a, oh nice, we got that fleet, what was that? I think that's Fleet Foot, which is, Therion has a chance to proc a regular attack whenever he does a non-damaging attack on an opponent, and that is actually really nice. Saves us a turn, or saves us something. Oh yes, Tressa would have to boost next round, but now she doesn't have to. So, and that means we don't have to Energizing Pomegranate, we're just going to attack. Right. So you see some strange mechanic here where the boss is actually not entirely vulnerable until you defeat all of the adds. There's one more mercenary. I know this is not very ideal, but it's also very safe. This is just pretty much a guaranteed win. We want to LB, breaking the boss, and oh boy, this is where it gets a little crazy. Boom. Get wrecked. The boss has 50,000 HP, but two of the vets is enough to just obliterate him. Yeah, that's pretty good. And it's cool to see, each time you boost it, you see an additional, hired help guy come in. Alright, so this is a big-time solo battle. I'm particularly proud of this strat. We just got something called the Lizard King Axe, so we're going to switch to a class that supports Axe, that has Axe, and let's unequip some of our better equipment. Put it on Olberic. Crystal helm and protective bracelet. And now optimize Olberic. This is a rare weapon, rare along these speedrun routes that increases an elemental damage. And let's get the protective bracelet and make sure he's healed. He is. So what's cool is these elemental attack power increasing equipment, it also applies to soul stones. So instead of spending a bunch of money on hired help, we can use this super strong soul stone with the axe equipped, the Thunder Soul Stone. And I just use a couple of these, and it's just a nice little strat. I like it. Probably not even optimal, but whatever. And let's heal up a little bit. This is Olberic's theme. I like it. It's not too bad. It's very chivalrous. Let's break him, and you get to see that boosted Thunder Soulstone L. It's boosted from our Lizard King axe for some 7k damage instead of 5,500. He's got plenty of BP. Just max out on axe. Bring him down to 4. Should have 1 BP left to break him 1 charge. And last Soulstone L. 2, 3. Okay. And he's toast. And that is chapter 3. All we've got left is going straight to the final chapter. Yo, we are probably not going to PB. But hey, it's been fun. Oh, I don't know. We are going kind of straight there. There's just a big menu. And there is one challenge, one-on-one fight before the final boss. So. And we don't need to purchase that. We just need to hit these event triggers. And Olberic doesn't... Yeah, he does need to be healed. Might as well do that. Okay. And we are going to keep his axe equipped and do a few extra Thunder Soulstone L's. Try to take advantage of that strat a little bit more in this next solo encounter. So we don't want to use another veteran soldier if we don't have to. This is this weird like compromise. Like, you know, if I use veteran soldier, I could wipe out this one-on-one fight in 1 turn. You know, it's much longer to use the soul stones, but you know, I don't have to spend all that extra money, so I don't have to go out of the way to find a bunch more money. It's hard. Yeah, I don't really. Some real tricky stuff to time, you know. So he's all healed. We can just jump into this solo encounter. This is the man with the red hat. I think our equipment is all good, so it should just be... This is the tier 3 battle theme. Axe, regular axe, yep. Or he's probably doing pretty decent damage. No, not really. Okay, yeah. We are gonna heal. 2 axes. Yeah. What's nice about like memory cursor is when you boost, whenever you boost, certain options on your menu become unavailable and it instantly backs you out of menus. So if you're deep within the item menu with your memory cursor, you can just boost and you back all the way out of the menu instantly. Should have to heal. We are... I don't think I have a herb of whatever the hell. Okay. Normally you'd heal, but we're just gonna do that and hit once. Instead of max axe, we're gonna triple axe. So I'm just like improvising a little bit. So I think we'll survive. Because the poison is ridiculously effective in this game. It's like herb of cleansing or something. It is something else. So poison does ridiculous. Oh shit. Okay, yeah, that's nothing. Okay. Poison does ridiculous damage in this, so I was a little worried that poison tick plus a strong attack would have did me in, but we're fine. After that, it's max axe to break. Next thunder, and we probably got some. Did we get some freebies? Do we have more thunders? No, we don't. So let's just wind. We got plenty. And then, actually, because we improvised there, we can break them on this round. Nice. And I got a freebie on the Wind Soul Stone. Didn't need the freebie on that. Alright, great. Okay. We are almost done. We might have a PB chance. I don't know. It's 144 something is my PB. So we just got to run through this. Oh, first we got to talk to Guy. Wait, where are we? Should have scrolled up. Shoutouts to Harold. This guy's name is Harold. With an A? Harald. So this is kind of weird how this works. I'm going to run through the first part of this dungeon, and it puts me in the final dungeon, and then... But where it... So you go through the sewers to enter the mansion, and you enter through, like, the basement of the mansion. But if you can just, like, warp straight to town, and then enter the mansion through the front door after having entered it for the first time. Chance of encounter. We got it. So it's actually faster to just teleport out of the mansion back to town and run into the mansion, because you don't have to walk through the mansion as much. Kind of weird. So yeah, we're deep within the mansion here. Instead, just teleport out, and you can walk in the front door now. Totally weird. But before we do, actually, we're gonna, since we have to pass by the shop, we're gonna use this opportunity to sell everything, or most things. Let's make sure Olberic is a merchant, and Cyrus is a hunter. And let's first unequip him completely, since he was optimized for solo. Equip Cyrus Gustav's shield. Unequip Tressa's holy longbow. We're gonna sell it. Equip Tressa's high house armor. Unequip Therion's viper dagger. Equip his crystal helm and protective bracelet. And good. Finally, Olberic, equip his plate shield, silver helm. Plate shield, hello? I don't know if that makes a difference. Okay. Plate shield, silver helm, grand armor. Okay, hopefully that physical defense for the disparity is a little weird. It's low physical defense. Cyrus has Gustav's shield. Oh, this is wrong. Okay, fucking charm robe. I shouldn't even be getting that. It's only worth, I was gonna sell it, it's only worth 800. Okay, so physical defense 343, 357, way better, 400, 470. Okay, so we want to have relatively evenly distributed armor and health values. I think everyone will survive. So Therion, does he have more armor than everybody else? He does, 470, so that should offset his HP decrease. So sell everything. It just says sell stuff till 126k. So this is where we get to see if we collected all the things correctly. I guess sell that. $120, not enough. 126. Dark amulet. That's another one. And oh yeah, we don't need these jams. Olive Life L. Do need the Olive M, and we are good to go. Good to go. I think we had a couple of freebie Wind Soul Stones we could have sold. I have like 3 extra Wind Soul Stones. Like what the hell, man? So this route could definitely use some improvement. So yeah, just straight to the boss, and this boss is pretty scary. We could just get smoked. If we win, if we get pretty good luck, I think we can PB, or we get pretty close. But it is kind of a scary boss fight. I gotta make sure we do this right. Final save, and I have like a bunch of different strategies here. Let's go. All right, let's see if we can do it. All right. Okay, bandits. I should have just. No, that's fine. Okay, wow, he didn't die. Okay, good. That's a good way to start it. And if he died, I would have had to reset, actually. That's the one guy that that cannot die. Okay, we're in good shape. Good shape. Therion 5 or Palm. We're gonna Palm on anybody. Olberic. We're gonna... So we already leg hold him. Let's just get the heal out of the way.
Use this.
Okay, level 3 armor corrosive. This will hopefully last until the end of the fight. And let's work on the break. So we leg hold trap. He's guaranteed to go at the end of the turn. And a bandit. So we could still get screwed. Depends on what he does coming out of the break. And this should break him. Now we get an up, so he's both broken and armor corrosive. Now we also want, so Cyrus doesn't need to heal at all. We're going to use his opportunity. We want to just dump our energizing pomegranates on both Tressa and Olberic so they have tons of BP to just nuke. Shackle Foe will reduce his damage, which is critical. So a lot of our HP and defense routing were to survive his guaranteed opening swipe move on the next round. So now we can veteran. We're going to do 4 veteran soldiers throughout the battle. We can only get 2 in this one break phase. We'll have to break him again to win. So, he has a chance of inflicting curse. If it hits if it hits both merchants, we're screwed. Only one. We might be able to do it. So Therion, just massive pomegranate on Olberic, because he is going to need to hold team. Cyrus is gonna... He can't, so he has to... Tressa's not gonna recover in time. We might be screwed. We might be screwed. So bandits, we'll see. We'll see. Tressa's not gonna get this buff off in time. Will she use this once, 2? No, she will not. Olberic's going first next round. That is not good at all, dude. Oh, okay. No. Okay, we got a little lucky. We have just enough. So it's 2. Actually, don't even boost. We need to save palms. Just regular. Alright. And we want to just pomegranating. We don't even... Okay, he should palms Olberic. So curse means you can't boost. So Tressa can't boost the mercenaries, which is just devastating. That. I think we need to get another Shackle Foe off. So break. I think we need to get another Shackle Foe off and another full heal to survive. Yeah, Tressa's not going to be able to veterans. So because of that, she needs to heal. And I don't think we can survive. Maybe that'll be enough to survive. He would normally boost that like crazy, but we're gonna... So it's a healing... So it has to be Therion. Yeah. Maybe he should have just used my other... Okay, I'm not sure if the sweep is going to kill... The sweep, if it kills anybody, we might be toast. So we absolutely need a shackle to reduce his damage, or else we're definitely going to die. So if this sweep kills everybody, or if this kills anybody, I think it's over. Especially if it kills Therion. Fuck, it killed Therion. I think it's over. We can... Oh, and everybody is cursed. That is ridiculous. Alright, I mean, I can like scramble here and try to... So it would mean he has to lightning blast. So notice his weaknesses swapped around a little bit. So we have to get a bunch of dagger hits off. And, okay, no, we're dead. Yeah, doesn't matter, we're dead. We couldn't get the leg hold trap off with Cyrus. We had to refresh the leg hold trap with Cyrus in order to make him not go at the beginning of that next turn. So yeah, we got fucked. We got absolutely fucked. It's just unfortunate, just RNG. So the main RNG things is if he opens on Cyrus and kills him at the beginning of the fight, it's over. You can't win. And if he curses either of the merchants for too long, to where the curse would last into the next time they plan to use veteran soldiers, it's really hard to recover. Alright, we'll start over. Pomegranate, since he's going first, let's do the M's. Level 2 leg hold trap. Should normally be lasting until the end of the fight. Okay, gonna kill somebody. Just don't kill Cyrus. Okay, that's fine. So you revive. Oh, this might be a little weird, actually. maybe it's not fine. Okay, well, we'll see, we'll see. No, I think we're fine. It's Lightning Blast, another 2 hits. And then, okay, level 3 armor. It's nice that Therion didn't die, because I kind of make it not level 3, make it a little weird. Yo, nice follow-up hit. We don't need... Okay, that fixed it. Awesome. Perfect. Nice. But it sucks we pomegranated Olberic. He died, so we lost benefit from that. Lightning Blast. Okay. I gotta improvise a little bit. Okay. So Olberic doesn't have enough BP to use veteran soldiers max next round, but I think that's fine. Normally I had a Cyrus reserved here to heal, but I don't have to, so we're just gonna palm Olberic right now. Now we can max on them. Okay, once again he's half dead. And we want to get the shackle out to have his damage, because he's guaranteed to sweep at the beginning of a turn after he's broken. Guaranteed to shift his weight, which changes his weaknesses. Guaranteed sweep. Barely. Oh, nice. Okay, we should win. We should win. All right, so the shackle foe and this Olberic first. We just start working on a break. He's gonna boost. He'll freely boost to help break now. Leg hold trap is still applied, so he's going at the end of the next round. And Cyrus and the other guy are just palming. So Olberic, who just spammed it. And you also palm on Tressa. And she can double bandit. Go bandit, bandit. Cyrus doesn't. Bandit. Yeah, okay. This should be fine. Blast. Bandit, bandit. What's our cash? Like 65? Okay, awesome. Just enough for 2 more. And, he can't really do much. I used to say HP Thief, but oh, I guess he could just drop one of these random Wind Soul Stone. No. So it's a little, yeah. Don't worry about it. We should be fine now. Please, this should kill. This should be fine. No, I'll tell you. It's there's 2 cutscenes that we have to skip. All right, come on, take him out. Boom. All right. So there's 2 cutscene skips. You'll see a bar fill up at the bottom of the screen. When the second bar fills all the way up, that's time. So there's the first one. And wait for it. Time. Okay. Okay, we beat it. Alright, so thanks for sticking with me. I know it's outdated route and all that, but man, this game is awesome. And it's just totally cool to play it at any time. It's just good gameplay, great music, great visuals, and yeah, enjoy like the credits, and we'll probably do like a wrap-up or something here, so alright, thanks.